Hey, welcome back to the eDrum Workshop. I'm Luke, and today a new instrument library for the Pearl Mimic Pro has been released. This Tama StarClassic Maple kit with Meinl cymbals has been recorded by an avid Mimic user, Steven Mackrill, and the Mimic developers have kindly put all of the instruments into the module. They work just like the other onboard instruments, but they do have quite a different character that's more similar to the sounds in, say, an ATV or an F-Note module. They also come with a number of preset kits to get you up and running, some of which I've contributed to the project. But best of all, they're free to download right now. You won't find this library on the Pearl Electronics website like the others. Instead, I've hosted it on my site over at theedrumworkshop.com, but you don't have to put in any details or make an order or anything like that. There's just a direct link to the files. So open up a new tab, start the download, and while you wait, let's have a look at what you get in this instrument library and hear how everything sounds. There is a GoFundMe set up to help Steve recover the costs of the studio session, which I'll talk about later on. So the instruments that come with this library update are a 2002 made in Japan Tama StarClassic Maple shell pack made up of a 22 by 18 inch kick, the matching 14 by 5.5 inch snare, recorded with both the snare wires on and off, which is a first for the Mimic module, and 5 toms, 8 by 8, 10 by 8, 12 by 8, 13 by 9 and 15 by 14. On top of this, there is an additional 12 by 5 inch Tama steel soprano snare, along with a Meinl cymbal set comprising of a pair of 14 inch Byzance medium hi-hats, a 20 inch Amon powerful ride, a 17 inch pure alloy custom medium thin crash on the left, and an 18 inch pure alloy medium crash on the right. These instruments all have the full range of articulations that you'd hope for, including another first for the Mimic, rimshot samples on the toms. So let's check them out in their stock configurations. Because these sounds were compiled by the Mimic developers, the microphone setup is the same as the onboard sounds as well. So you get kick-in and kick-out microphones, snare top and bottom, direct microphones for the toms, hi-hat and ride cymbal, along with overhead and room mics for all instruments. The tom choices and tunings in particular are very different to what's found in the stock Slate library. The new snares have plenty of variety between them, and they both tune to different pitches really well. The ride cymbal is very musical, especially when you play from the bell to the bow. The crashes feel like they've got a bit more body and a bit of additional low end that these stock cymbals don't have, but it gives them a nice, natural behind-the-kit feel. And it's just really nice to have another hi-hat on board, because that's the one instrument that you can't add yourself with the Mimic instrument editor. The room that they were recorded in is also much smaller than the Slate room, so you won't get that big room sound out of these, but it's a nice, natural studio room sound. Of course, if you do want the instruments to sound more similar to the onboard sounds, it's possible to process every microphone as you can with the stock library, and you can increase the feel or the size of the room with the onboard reverb too. But if you find the idea of going through and processing all of these sounds yourself a bit too daunting, the library installs a number of presets to the module that come in a variety of different styles to showcase just how flexible the sounds are. Steve has included some really nice natural sounding presets. And on the other hand, I've also contributed a number of presets that range from raw and direct sounding all the way through to some pretty wildly tuned and processed kits for different genres. I honestly think that these instruments make an awesome new addition to the module, so if you do like the instruments, you have the means, and you do want to contribute, there is a GoFundMe page set up for Steve to recoup these costs. The target of the funding is just the amount that it cost him, which I totally think he deserves for the work. And just to be clear, although I did contribute some presets to the project, none of that money is going to come in my direction, and I've made a contribution to the GoFundMe myself. I'll pin the link to that down in the comments for anybody that's interested. So if you're a Mimic owner, go get these instruments. If you're not, does this kind of update tempt you over? Let me know down in the comments. If you're still looking for more sounds for your Mimic, I do have a brand new snare on my store over at thedrumworkshop.com, and that comes with a bunch of presets too. You can check out the demo for that right here. There'll also be more instruments coming to my store in the future, so subscribe to the channel to stay up to date. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next video. Cheers!